Hi students, this is a part 3, hemorrhage in early pregnancy. So I have told about the definition of spontaneous abortion, then we discussed about the classification. Today we'll see etiology. So etiology is nothing but it is like for the spontaneous abortion it is complex as well as it is obscure. Obscure in the sense it is not clear. Okay. So next, some of the possible causes or the factors we'll see. Those are nothing but genetic factors, metabolic and endocrine factors, then infection, immunological, anatomical factors, and some other causes also. So we'll see what all those. So first thing is genetic factors. Genetic factors are nothing but the chromosomal abnormality. So chromosomal abnormality will be the majority, like 50% of the early miscarriage, majority of the reason behind the miscarriage. Okay, so usually the commonest will be the trisomy, chromosomal abnormality. Okay, so next is endocrine and metabolic. So second thing, endocrine and metabolic. In that, what we see is like endocrine, it is a luteal phase defect. So luteal phase defect is nothing but this will become the reason behind the abortion. Why? Because luteal phase is nothing but where there is a progesterone secretion. So in the luteal phase of the menstruation there will be a progesterone secretion. So here what happens, there is deficient in progesterone. So the corpus luteum will have a deficiency in producing the progesterone. So what will happen, their implantation and the placentation will be suppressed, it will not support. So what will happen, they end up in early abortion. Okay, so this poor response towards the endometrial layer, so endometrial response to the progesterone is a cause. Okay, so the progesterone as it is not there, what happen, endometrium tend to shed, there is no pregnancy occurs. So that is what in case of luteal phase defect. Next is thyroid abnormality. So thyroid abnormality, what they are telling is in case even hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, both are the cause behind the fetal loss. Then in case even you can see because of diabetes mellitus, metabolic cause. So diabetes mellitus, where you can see poorly controlled diabetes will be a factor for a incident to increase the incidence of miscarriage. Okay, next is anatomical causes. Anatomical causes here is anatomical abnormalities. So anatomical abnormalities, you can see first thing, cervical incompetence, so where the cervix is not able to hold the pregnancy. Okay, cervix is already dilated, so we have some surgery called cervical encirclage, where we put a suture and hold the cervix so that the pregnancy is held. So maybe some people anatomically by birth it's also like they will be having cervical incompetence, that is one reason. Then congenital malformation of the uterus, so I have told you about the congenital malformation like biconvate uterus, septate uterus, so those are the another reason. Then other than that, you can see uterine fibroid, so that is also one of the reason. Then intrauterine adhesions. Okay, so adhesions also will be a reason behind the abortion. Okay, next is infection. So infection, you can say infection also a accepted cause for early abortions. So here are infections may be viral infections are example like rubella, cytomegalovirus, then HIV. Then other than that, you can see parasitic infections like toxoplasma, then malaria. Then next is bacterial. Bacterial you can see is chlamydia, brucella. Okay, so all these are the infection leading to abortion. So because of infection there are chances for abortion. Next you can see immunological diseases. Immunological diseases like two types they have. Okay, those are autoimmune disease and alloimmune disease. So autoimmune disease, you can see that this is one of the major cause. What they are telling is these patients form antibodies against their own tissue and the placenta. Okay, so these antibodies ultimately will reject the pregnancy, and those example like antibodies which are responsible this rejection of their own tissue. Those are nothing but anti-nuclear antibodies. You also call it as ANA, anti-phospholipid antibodies. Okay. So these are the reason behind. Then alloimmune disease. Alloimmune disease, you can see that paternal antigens. Okay. So paternal antigens are becoming foreign to the mother. So this will evoke the protective blocking agent or protective blocking antibody response. So what happens? The maternal immune system will recognize the fetus as a foreign entity and it will destroy. So that is alloimmune. Okay. So these are the two immunological disorders here where they end up in pregnancy. One is autoimmune, the other one is alloimmune. Okay.